Today we're taking you on a deep dive of everything you need to know to make meal prep, cooking, and eating healthy easy when you're on the road. I'm Samantha, this is Cliff, and this is our Goldie Girl, Huna. Currently we travel part-time in our Ram ProMaster built out by Wayfarer vans, and we plan to take the leap into full-time van life this fall. In today's video, we're going into detail about how we grocery shop efficiently for our small van fridge, as well as show you everything about our outdoor camp kitchen and how we prepare some of our favorite quick and easy meals for minimal dishes and cleanup without compromising health and flavor. This is just one of many adventures with Sam and Cliff, and we are so happy you are here to join us.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are up Piney Lake Road out of Vail, Colorado for a night of camping, and the purpose of today's video is to give you a deep dive into our outdoor camp setup, the details about our small fridge and how we grocery shop efficiently to fit everything in there for a camping trip. We are including food prep and some recipes for our favorite spreads. So we hope you find this video helpful. And if you have any questions about any of the equipment that we use or any of the products that we buy for our camping trips, be sure to leave us a comment so we can get back to you as soon as possible with that information. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more van how-tos, equipment usage, adventures, and stuff like that. And like we said earlier, this is just one of many adventures with Sam and Cliff, and we are very happy to have you along with us here today. Okay, so one of the very first things that we like to do when we're getting ready for a camping trip is to make an inventory of the ingredients that we already have in our fridge. As you can see here, we have this Bouge RV refrigerator, and this is definitely on the smaller side, and it doesn't have a freezer. So when we're planning ahead for a camping trip and the food that we need to buy, we really want to be sure that we're not overbuying things, we're not buying things we already have, and that everything is going to fit in here. So the very first thing I always like to do is just make an inventory. Do we have our coffee cream? We've got our kombucha, we have peanut butter, we have some sauces, we have some watermelon. So we've got a really good base before we head into the grocery store. And then the next thing I like to do after checking what we have is make a very detailed list of our lunch, our snacks, dinner, dessert, and breakfast tomorrow morning. So that way when we go into the grocery store, we're not wasting any time and we're only buying exactly what we need. So with that being said, we're gonna grab our grocery bags and go head into the grocery store and grab the items that we need. Let's go. Normally if we're at home, we'll get the corn on the cob that's in the husk already, but for the sake of convenience on a camping trip and being in the van, we're just gonna get the corn on the cob that's already packaged because it is much easier in regards to trash and keeping the van clean.
Which one should we get? $6 Sushi Wednesday at the City Market, so
We love the spicy tuna.
I think we'll probably go for that for $6. Can't beat it.
You need chopsticks and extra soy sauce?
Yes.
So even though we have a really small fridge, we make a big effort to not sacrifice our health. And one of the things that's really important to us is making smoothies every day. So our grocery store has these great 2-serving frozen fruit packages that we love because it's the perfect amount for our smoothies every morning. So it is something that we have to buy pretty much every time we want a smoothie. We can't like store these fruits, but these packs are perfect, and we just split it down the middle, one half for each of our smoothies, and it's one way that we can do our best to stay healthy when we're camping and on the road, and making sure that we have enough space in our fridge for everything that we like. All right, after we grocery shop and before we officially hit the road, we always like to make sure we just put everything away. So all of our dry goods go up here. Make sure to lock the shelf. Okay, so next we're going to fill up the fridge, and we don't have that much to put in there, which is nice, but I always just like to start with the flat things. So we have our corn, we have our hummus, make a nice flat space here to put those in so nothing's going to spill. And then put in our vegetables for lunch. And most importantly, our $6 sushi roll right on top there. And then the very last thing we're going to do before we hit the road is take our chicken and put it into a plastic bag so that it has time to marinate in the barbecue sauce that we're using. And that way it's extra flavorful by the time we're ready for dinner. So once we do that, then we'll be ready to hit the road. All right, so we made it to our camp spot, and as soon as we arrived, the sky got very dark and it got very windy outside. So as optimistic as we were to immediately set up our outdoor camp setup, per usual with van life, you got to readjust. So we are going to do lunch inside, which is just fine considering we have everything we need inside the van. And we always try to keep lunch pretty simple. So today you can see our spread right here. We're going to slice up some watermelon. We're going to slice up some broccoli and pepper that we can dip into this hummus. And then we're going to share a package of sushi. So this should just be a nice, healthy and refreshing lunch. And it only uses one cutting board and one knife, so our dishes are pretty minimal. And assuming we eat all of this, which we usually do, we won't have any leftovers. And we've already created a ton of space in the fridge that we had filled up before, right after we left the grocery store. So I'm going to go ahead and prep up our lunch right here inside the van. And we are going to sit at our little seats over here, our boot box and the swivel seat, and just enjoy lunch from inside, and hopefully this rain will pass through quickly.
All right, y'all, now that it's later in the afternoon, it's time for us to get ready for dinner. So I'm going to show you guys our setup, how we store everything. As you can see, we have our living in a bubble bug screens up right now. We leave this one up all the time. I'm going to try and do this quick so that the bugs don't get in, because it's very buggy right now. This is one of the tables that we use, and then we have two other larger tables. This one, though, I really love this table. I've had this one for a few a few summers now, and I got this at Walmart. I think it was like 20-25 bucks, but it's small. It's just great for like putting on my grill tools on and stuff, and it's really sturdy, and it folds up so easy. Like you just pick it up like that, and then it just boop, folds up like that. So yeah, I'm gonna get all this stuff set up, and then I'll show you guys the whole cooking setup. All right, so now we're gonna get out our other tables. But these are the tables. I have this one, and then I have another one exactly like this. So I'll show you guys how this sets up. We've got Hooner rolling around in the grass here. Silly dog. All right, so we're gonna pull these poles out, and this is really easy to set up. And then these just clip on here, like this. Just one clips there, and then the other one clips on here, just like that. And then there's another pole that goes across this side, right there. And that goes in there. And then the top of the table is right here. And then this just rolls out. It is pretty dirty right now, so excuse the dirt. Sorry about that. But yeah, and then these just kind of go right on here. They clip into these holes. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole setup for the table. Just like that. All right, now I'm going to show you guys the griddle that we have. So originally I started with a Blackstone griddle, and it never really worked right. I could never get it to heat up all the way. So I ended up returning it and getting the Walmart brand Ozark Trails griddle, and this thing has worked flawlessly. I mean, we cook everything on this griddle. I would say probably 90% of our van meals are cooked on this thing. I mean, you can cook anything from like breakfast. You can do bacon, fajitas, corn, vegetables, pretty much anything you can think of you can do on this griddle. And we love this thing, and it came with this really nice carrying case. It is pretty heavy, so because it's a cast iron, but this thing is awesome. So pull this out, and we just set it on the table here like this, and then you've got this this is the regulator. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys the propane setup that we have for the griddle. We actually got one of these small 5-pound propane tanks. This is actually one of the tanks that came with the van. This runs the heat in the winter. We have 2 of these. So in the summertime, and when we're not using the heater, we use one of these to power our griddle. We got this hose at Walmart to convert the griddle from just using the small little green bottle propane tanks to be able to use a regular propane tank. So now no more green bottles, which is very, very nice, because those things cause a ton of waste, and you just are constantly having to buy those tiny little bottles of propane, and this is just so much better. So basically this just screws on here like that, and then this adapter just attaches right here. That just screws in there. And then basically you're ready to go. And you don't even need a lighter or anything to light the griddle. The griddle has a little ignition switch on it. So all you really have to do is just push this in. Yeah, first you have to turn on the gas, obviously. We're going to turn on the gas, and then you just push this in. You usually do it 2 times. So the first time kind of primes it, and the second time, well, there you go. Fired up, ready to go. That easy. I mean, this thing is so awesome. So usually once we heat the griddle up, I'll scrub it down and scrape it and get it real clean before we start cooking on it. But the cool thing about these cast irons, it's just like a cast iron pot that you would, or a pan that you would have at home for cooking. The more you cook on it, the more the seasonings cook into the cast iron. So you're just getting more and more flavors out of this thing. The more you cook on it, it's awesome.
Okay, so now that we have got our outdoor kitchen set up, we're ready to start prepping dinner. Typically, we like to prep dinner inside the van because all of our stuff is already in here. So then it's less stuff we have to carry outside and less stuff that we have to carry back inside afterwards. So here is our spread for this evening. We're going to be doing corn on the cob, and we like to lather it in butter and salt and pepper and some chili flakes, and then we're going to wrap it up in tin foil. Then we have asparagus. We're also just going to season that and then wrap it up in some tin foil because it makes it super easy to just throw on the grill and cook evenly and pretty quickly since the heat is held in. And then lastly, we have some marinating barbecue chicken. And we always do it in a little baggie like this because it's really easy to just dump it out onto the grill without having to touch anything. And then we can just roll up the bag and throw it away when we're done. So we really try to make cooking as clean and efficient and easy as possible without compromising health and flavor. So without further ado, let's prep our dinner. This was the only dish that we made. I'm just going to toss these ends. We can just put this stuff into the dishwasher or into the sink. And we have no mess and we are ready to cook. So I'm going to send these items out to the grill with Cliff. And then I'm going to get our plates and our forks and some napkins. And we're going to get cooking.
All right, so we're going to get the grill fired up here. Alright, so now we're just gonna let this heat up for a few minutes, and once it gets warm, I'm gonna scrape it with the scraper here, and then we're gonna spray it down with the cooking oil, and then we'll be ready to go. Scrape, scrape, brush it off. Get this nice and greased up. Alright, so we got the chicken going now. We just dumped the whole bag out right onto the grill. What a nice afternoon. It really just... It got cloudy and rained a little bit this afternoon, and then around like 5:30 sun came back out and it's so nice now. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful out here. The high peaks way out there. Okay, so I think the chicken is pretty much done, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and probably the corn and the asparagus is almost done too, so... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be delicious. Alright, we're ready to go. Alright.
Dinner.
This is how everything came out. I think it looks delicious. I'm really excited about this meal, so I am very... much looking forward to digging into this, and yeah, this is gonna be yeah, delicious.
Let's try this asparagus. Top.
That's so good. And I think we already mentioned this earlier, but if you guys have never tried Olathe sweet corn from Olathe, Colorado, it's the best corn you've ever had in your life.
So good.
Insane. So good.
Cheers to our corn.
Cheers to our corn. All right, that was a delicious dinner, I have to say. Once again, we just love cooking on the griddle. Everything just tastes so good cooked on this thing. So, with that being said, we have to take good care of it so it lasts a long time. So I'm gonna fire it up again. So this heated up, this stuff scrapes off pretty easily. And I have my mitt here because this part gets really hot. So you definitely do not want to put your hand on that. Usually get this into one corner and then dispose of it. And then I'll take the brush this off really good. There we go. Like new. So that's about it for tonight. Samantha and I are going to probably hang out. Hopefully the clouds clear off and we can get some stars, because obviously there's no light pollution out here. So the stargazing is incredible. And then we will see you guys tomorrow for some smoothies and some coffee. And we appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you in the morning. Bye. Good morning, everyone. We're just waking up here in this beautiful forest. We had a great night of rest and Netflix last night, and now we are preparing our breakfast. So we're gonna be making some coffee. We have our water heating up over here. We're gonna be making some smoothies. We're gonna give you guys an in-depth look at all of the ingredients that we like to use. We're just finishing getting the water boiling now, and all right, so yeah, we're gonna be using the French press today. I picked this up at REI, and it's basically like the same material as like a Nalgene bottle, so it's super durable. So this is definitely the way to go when you're in a van. Highly recommend one of these. I think it was only like $20, which is a really good deal. So. All right, so now we're going to show you guys how we make smoothies every day in the van. First I'll show you some of the ingredients we use. So we're going to use banana, we're going to use an avocado, we're going to use some fruit blend, and last but not least, maybe the most important thing, is the Liv It Up super greens. This stuff is amazing. I get this as a monthly subscription. This comes in the mail once a month. It's a 30-day supply, and it's all organic. So we're gonna take our banana, cut the avocado, put the super greens in, put this on and blend it all up. It's so good. It's delicious. All right, so we're about to get packed up here and head out. Both Samantha and I have to work today, unfortunately. November 1st is our official date that we are hitting the road full time in the van. We have a ton of big adventures planned. We're super excited to bring you guys along with us. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We hope you're all having an amazing day, and if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, share, turn on the notifications so that you guys know when we post new videos. We're going to be trying to post new content almost every week. Samantha and I started a TikTok about 2 weeks ago, so we're on TikTok now. You guys can also follow us on Instagram at Sam and Cliff, and yeah, subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate it. We also are starting to work on our Patreon. We have a long way to go with that, but in the next few weeks we're going to be posting a lot of extended cuts and doing some more stuff over on Patreon. So if you guys are so inclined and would like to support us in that way, please check out our Patreon, Sam and Cliff. Like I said, I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and we really appreciate you guys being here, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!